around my neck cause we some free slaves these days. Big wave fam, cause it's repaid. This last half a crop to a freak heat wave. Suppose it's the up and downs and the front trade. Early morning fun raid, all I do is one grade. Every day is Monday, league sales on Monday, league sales on Tuesday, count money Wednesday. Every day is Wednesday, underlay, don't worry I'm away. Eat the killer anime, big butts canopy, roll made a man of me, those made salary. You being a G is a tragedy, no wonder you just mad at me. Dark like I'm dastardly, you know I stay after P. Might as well call me Q. All this food and ran free. I don't watch what man do. I just do my bank card. Spend cash on bank card, frank card. Eyebsbeats, Birmingham producer, rapper, businessman, every fucking thing, man. Creative genius, that's me, son. You know what it is, what got me into music? Basically, like, when I was about 16, yeah, there was a crew, the man that was around us, yeah. Zigga, Bez, Grim, me, used to call UDX. And like, man, I had one producer guy. When I say the geezer's a genius, when I clock it now as a grown man. But them times, the man, he kind of wanted to turn man into like some blazing squad or something. Because I remember, he used to produce for man. And we all little rapped and messed around. But my brethren, he used to have some real hip hop motherfuckers. So he used to spit some craziness. And I remember the guy produced our tracks. And he kept moving verses around and taking swear words. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna learn how to make beats, you get me? And then it's mad because them times there was no YouTube, there was nothing, you get me? And like, re-entry was MPC. Look, I still fuck with MPCs, they're vicious like the same age as me. Yeah, but yo, that's what it was. And I remember a girl called Justice, shout out Justice, yeah. She took me to Roots Maneuvers producer, Low Tech. See how we get the name Low Tech. He's in Sydney now. And I remember going checking him, and obviously I was a fan anyway. I love Roots Maneuver. And then freaking Witness the Fitness, all them kind of bangers, yeah. And I remember I went there, and he was like, "Yo, it sounds naive now when I was really checking. I didn't know how I was messing around with the keyboard, and I'm thinking, how come I can't get that hip hop sound? I don't really know about sampling. I'll be real with you." And mine was like, "Oh, you got a sample." To be honest, he made the beat, you know, like that. But then that day I was like, shit, if you sample, you can just take off. That's why I weren't hitting it. I was hitting this MIDI shit and it weren't working. And I was like, oh, you can sample. And then it was game over. Like, I started buying like records, crates of records. I go to charity shops and I'll buy like, you know, like they're £1 each. I'll just tell the charity shop, yo, here's 20 quid, 30 quid. I'll just take the crate. It was mad used to that. And if you ever see how many records I actually got, I got freaking a whole cellar full of records. And yeah, and then I was a hip hop producer and then started messing with loads of, I had another clique called TRG. But by that time, to be honest, I got locked. And I was in jail. And then I come out and then my brethren all rapping. So then I started producing for them, TLG. And that they introduced me to all like, that was like the backpacking scene. There was no scene in the game them times, you know, like that. The only scene was London. And it was like Jest, you know, and Task Force, them kind of man, Skinny Man. Like, shout out to Jest, Will, Mike Parks, all them man. I got love for them man, because when I went up to London, that's what I was fucking with, that hip hop scene before there was a scene, before YouTube, before the whole shit. So then, yeah, I used to produce like, saying Moorish that I used to love off Moorish, and I met them man up, dealing with them. That's kind of how I got into it, you know, like, to be honest. And then years later, the whole Birmingham scene, I've always been a man that's in the background, you know, like that, and then just weaving and bobbing. Yeah, I'm a producer, more for it, but yeah. Yeah, like, you know what it is for me? I grew Rasta, so my dad, I'm from a mixed parentage, so white, black. So straight away, I'm exposed to loads of different sounds and different cultures. Then on top of that, I was also a festival youth. So like, my dad and all that. We used to go around to all the festivals, Glastonbury, all them kind of things. So I was always exposed to eclectic taste of music. So like, to me, good music's good music. I'm not really, it's kind of funny because again, I remember having kind of like a ride with my dad at one point when I was about 50. Like I was hip hop and jungle. You know, like that's real. Jungle raves was UK thing and the hip hop was hip hop. That's what I loved, yeah. And I remember saying to my dad, yo, like, I don't really fuck with that kind of music at one point. It was too funny. And my dad's like, nah, you're gonna love music. And then you see sampling. Sampling exposed me to the madnesses of music, yeah, and the complexities, the beauty. Yo, it showed me a lot. And then obviously with sampling, I'm gonna have to put a record on. I'm gonna have to listen to the whole album. If you wanna find a good sample, yo, you're gonna have to actually have to listen to the music, because every great song's got a great piece of music. To be honest, every song has got a section of great musicality and great genius. Every song, but you gotta find it. Some songs it's apparent, some are more hidden, you know, like that. But every song has got a stroke of genius on. And that sampling, that's what I'm saying, that opened up a whole ball game. That's why you'll see me, look, I'm telling you, again, music used to be like therapy for me. So like, whatever vibe I'm feeling, if I'm high, I'll make some high hippie shit. If I feel like drunkish, I'm gonna make some club stuff. You know, if I feel like, or in my feelings, I'm gonna probably make some emotional music. I don't know, it's how it goes. Like, me, I did the beat making when I was a kid. Now I class myself as a producer. Like, people know if you work with me, you know, it's not like I give you a tune and you just spit a tune. I don't really do that. Like, you have to come vibes when we sit, we reason, we chat, and we get things built, you know, like that. But that's why I feel I can do different types of music, because my mind is a bit more open. I'm not saying that other people ain't open, I'm just saying I'm just open to different vibes. Trust me, if you ever saw the stuff I listen to, you'd be like shocked, you know, you'd be like, this brother, because a lot of times people perceive me a certain way. But I'm a complex brother, because from the environment that I grew up is very complex, you know, like that. Wow. Fucking creative genius. Yeah, you know what it is though. Look, everyone. We live in a society now where everything is visual and everything is what you can see. It's a bit sad. To be honest, yeah, it's a bit sad. I miss the old days when, you know, like. I miss the old days when everybody was comfortable with themselves. And like now, I just feel like no one really feels comfortable with themselves. Like when I was growing, you know, there was the man that went to college, the man that worked, the man that was a shotter, the man that was a robber, you know, and nobody really blurred the lines, and it was cool. Everybody was happy. Like, I swear, I look back, I think, yo, everyone was cool because everyone was themselves, and there was no pretense. And like with the visual stuff, that's why like everyone's sucked into visuals and how things are seen. Yeah. But me, like, again, I'm not being big-headed, you know, like, I'm a fucking creative genius. I swear that I just don't apply myself. It's like them videos, yeah, them videos were me sitting on my own board.
Amusing yourself.
Bored, just going, I can probably do that. And this is how most of my life is. I look at things, I'm inspired by others, and I go, they can do it, I can do it, they never mess around. And I got a simple rule. Break some eggs, you'll make an omelette, you know, like, which basically means fuck about. And that's what them videos were. They were just adding to my skill base. Now I know, okay, I can how to do green screen, you know, like that. But I was just messing around on my own, saying, can I do it? How does it work? How do you do it? How do you manipulate it? How do you change the background? How do you take somebody out of something? These are all skill sets that I just like to know that I have, because you never know when they're needed, you know, like that. And again, when I'm another person, a firm believer is that I can't dictate someone to do something for me, and I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. And vice versa, I don't want to hear nobody chat to me, really, if they're not competent, and efficient and capable in their own field. yeah, then like I expect you to be. I just expect people to be competent and capable. Fucking creative genius. So that I can say, hey, that's not good enough, or you've got to do this. Like, that's how the kind of person. Maybe it might be an annoying trait to people around me, but that's how I work, you know, like that. This is the thing that I've been chatting about this a lot, and my problem is my quality control is very high. So for years I don't really like putting shit out because I feel like I don't know. I just have a very high quality control, which to my own detriment has stopped a lot of shit for me. And but then at the same time, I'm a firm believer on branding, and I'm a firm believer about what it says on the tin. And I have an analogy that I use quite a lot to try and explain this to people, saying, look, Pizza Hut sell pizzas, Burger King sell burgers. You wouldn't go to Burger King to buy a pizza, and you wouldn't go to Pizza Hut to buy a burger. Yet the local chip shop sells a burger and a pizza. Now the local chip shop can be successful. You can have a small franchise, but it's not Pizza Hut, and it's not Burger King. And the reason why they differentiate themselves from that is because it's clear branding. It's clear and concise, and I feel that a lot of musicians, like they don't. No, I'm not saying they lack it. They just don't understand that. Like, okay, so like they see people like Drake. Now they see Drake very versatile on his selection of his music, but they don't see the understanding of the brand. Now the brand is, first of all, Drake established himself as an emotional rapper. So his emotions got him to become an artist. Once you hit a stage of artist, then you do reinvention. And then you can reinvent yourself, and the great reinventors, pop stars show us this. People like David Bowie. David Bowie constantly reinvented himself and reinvented his sound with the reinvention of his new persona. And then Kanye does it. Yeah, you see Kanye started a backpacker rapper, then he went to 808 wearing suits. So he personifies, that's an artist. So the difference is everyone thinks they're an artist already. And don't get me wrong, there are artists.
A lot of people that are versatile, but they ain't taking.
But the reality of it is, to become an artist, you have to be recognized. You have to be established, and this is the problem. Like, I do feel that people miss on branding, so then they go off and do whatever they want to go, everything
at once.
And it's to me, I just feel like narrow it down. Like, look, the project that I just did with Super is clear and concise. It's old school hip hop. It says it's. I hope that it's clear and precise. I hope that it's there saying, look, this is the old school fucking hip hop. This isn't anything else but the boom bap and the period of when I was growing up and the love that I had for that kind of hip hop. So then it's like, we could have put on some new kind of sounding beats, but they're all boom bap. And it's just for that clear, concise, that's what it is, you know, like that. And like if it is that on the label, then you know it's on the label, you know, like that. You don't go and buy some beans wanting Heinz beans, and you see Heinz beans written on there, you're like, okay, I know what Heinz beans is about, innit? Like, that's all it is.
You know that specific sauce.
You know, like that, and you know what you want, and then there's no argument in it, because if you don't want Heinz beans, guess what? I'm not going to buy Heinz beans. It's cool. Whatever. I do everything. So like I do, but like I said, it's because clear, precise. Why I'm going to stick to what it is. That project is old school hip hop. So guess what? I'm only going to spit old school way, and it's going to be clear. Like that's what it is. It's like I'm not into all that. I'm further. Look, I'm a salesman. You know, like I know how I would pitch things and how I would sell stuff. So that's why you're picking it up, saying. But if you actually heard my stuff, I'm going to play you some shit. You'd be shocked, you know, because like, there'd be all kinds of things on there. Like, it'd be fast double time flows, slow flow, whatever, you know, like, Me, I'm versatile. I can do whatever, but I'm saying
You're
for
sticking
this,
to your lane at the
it's
moment
just
with
sticking
this.
to what it is.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and like it's like that's what it is. Like
Yeah,
I'm a fucking old school guy. Like I'm known for it. Like boom bap hip hop. I'm known for that vibe. I'm a grown man. That's what I fuck with. Pointless me jumping on some drill tune. I'm not a fucking drill artist. I'm not a little kid.
Yeah,
You know, like that.
yeah.
It's whatever.
I hear that. I hear that.
That's another thing about funny. I never wanted to prove myself.
Yeah.
I don't search for external validation. I don't give a fuck. I actually don't give a fuck. I'm not being big headed. You know, like real true. The only person I've ever wanted validation was probably my father. That's the only person that I can truly say where. Like, don't get me wrong. I like when people say blah blah blah. But I don't search for that. So I've always been comfortable. Like I said, I've always been. Rasta teaches you, you know oneself. I am that I am. Yeah, and like. So I don't need to. So even since a kid, man's have moved the same way. I'm a polite person. I can articulate myself well. If I walk into a room, I greet myself. I introduce myself. I greet everybody. I don't shy away. I say hello. You know, like that. I've always been. So that's how man's always kind. Not even. I know it sounds. This is why I hate talking all this because it sounds big-headed, yeah. But that's how I'll be honest with you, that's how I've always felt. Since a kid, like, my name's Ivan. Nobody in the fucking world's got my name. Nobody. I'm the only one in 7 billion people. Yeah, so that's how I feel. That's how I've always walked. I'm like, yo, I'm me in it. So, and this is what I was saying, I miss the old days because now, especially the internet changed the whole game because the reality of it is the internet's fake. This is a lie. You know, it's disinformation, it's control, it's manipulated, and people actually to now believe it's the truth. It's hilarious. It's like nobody really puts their fucking worst days on the internet, and even if they do this, it's a hidden agenda of sympathy and affection that they're searching for. But the reality of it is nobody puts their fucking their real life on the internet. So straight away, it's a fraudulent thing. It's fraudulent. So this whole thing about proving, who are you proving to? Proving to other people that are going through the same fucked up shit. Everybody goes through fucked up shit. Everybody. I'm tired of it now. I go on the internet. See, look me. I have a smartphone. I had a smartphone for 6 years. I use an iPad when I'm in my home, and that's it. So I'm quite out because I've always saw this is some mad world that is mad. Like people fully believe everything on the internet, and then I'm saying like. That's the whole culture's become this proving, and I make music for me. I'm like, and if people like it, they like it, and I love that if they like it. But I'm not trying to make music to like to
project a certain image.
I just feel like creativity is from God. My biggest thing is, like I said, to my own detriment, is that I've been too reserved. I've been too reserved. But I was talking about yesterday. There's been opportunities that I've shied away from for no reason, but it's only because in my head I'm like, it's not ready. But now I'm just like, put it out to the world. If it's received, it's received. If it's not, it's not. But I'm not doing it to. Like this was saying I've been making music when there was no money in it. Now they actually started. I've been turned around. I've been turned around. This is another reason why I kind of come back to music, because I started to see, okay, there's a lot of money. Because there was a point I left music for 5 years, from 2012, to really and truly 2018, 2017. I left it, and I was still in the background. But I just left it, and then I came to the whole vibe that I was like, shit, I forgot that making music for me was my therapy. Like I actually forgot it, and I was concentrating on things that now in hindsight, not silly. I can't say it was silly, shout out to that life, but it was the it wasn't beneficial for me in my soul and for my mental, and it was, you know. So this year it's starting to come together. I have some vibes, but again I'm still swaying more towards the background.
Yeah,
You know, I like to just weave and do my little thing behind the scenes. I don't really.
never been a showy showman kind of thing.
Nah, it's not really me. Not really me. The pie influence is strong. These are reasons I have with my father every day. And look, I just want people to think. There's a thought process to what was behind that. Like, great music is emotive, and if people can, even though it's subjective, if people can have a thought pattern to what was the emotion behind that piece of art, that's what I kind of want people to take away from stuff. It's like, what was the emotion, and can you relate to that emotion? You know, because again, I'm a solution-based person. Look, it's like I got to say, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. The solution eradicates the problem. Yeah, if you focus on the problem, it will always be a problem. If I spill some milk on the floor, if I just go, oh, there's milk on the floor, guess what? There's just going to be milk on the floor. But if I say, okay, if I clean it up, that's the solution. It eradicates it. So they're the kind of thought patterns that I want people to take from my music. And I do say some little things here. I don't know if it goes over people's heads here, but I say little things that I hope light that fuse. My favourite producers are kind of in the mainstream. The people, my brothers, the people that are around me, you know, like that. Yeah. Like, there's mans that are around me that are like Grammy fucking award-winning producers, you know, like that. I'll be real. Jen have always been my favourite producers since I was a kid. So like, I'd say like obviously Mystery. I love Mystery. Yeah. I love freaking.
He's produced for a couple people like meye and everyone in Brum basically, isn't it?
Boy Better Know.
Yeah.
Ocean Wisdom.
Yeah.
Cass is Dead. Like, big.
Yeah.
Big. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's big stars in Birmingham. People don't know the big producers do. Like I also like Felix Stubbs. Yeah. Like I like Peasy. You know, I love DX Beats. Yes, he's produced that. I love A-Class. You know, like that. I could go on. Like, there's so many Screamer. There's like Swifter Beats, Bowser. There's a lot of fucking good talented producers in Birmingham. There's loads. Like I could go on. Now I'm trying to feel like there's so many talented youths, man. There's proper talented, man. Man, like Major was a big part of stuff too.
Yeah,
like, you know, rest in peace, Major. And then those rappers. Well, like again, I really feel Joey Bricks.
Yeah, I see
you know, like,
him out.
Joey Bricks is one of the toughest. Peter, my brother.
Yeah.
You know, like Yassi, fucking.
Just got his blue tick shout, yes.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing, man. He's always been doing his thing. He's a talented brother. Again, I was working with him since we were 18.
Mate, he's got quality control on everything,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm
Even
saying.
the garments.
Because he's got the same philosophies. Like I said, man's grew together. We used to spar together musically. Like you tell yourself, like like man's are always been sparring, so it's always the same mentality of quality control. Like, know what you're putting out. Like, don't just put it out without having, like I said, a vision and a feeling that you want to portray. Mixtape with Super's out. Back to the essence. There's another one coming out. There's a little vibe with Joey Bricks. The vibe with Peter. There's a couple of vibes. I got my sister's stuff. Like, there's a few things. I'm not really. I want to talk them out until they're done. Like, you know, like that. That's it, bro.
I know that your two sisters make music. I know Kazaya is actually in the Kazaya, is it? Kazaya is in the most recent season of The Voice, isn't it?
Yeah,
and is there anyone like could you maybe name?
Shout out to my sister Feliba, the biggest streaming,
biggest
streaming female artist in Birmingham. I'm raw saying it because it's the truth. Numbers don't lie. 1985, you know, same age as me. So look, I start a fucking, I'll say at 80. Boom, stop, boom, stop, boom, stop, boom, stop. Just look, basic drum beat. I love this shit. Let's make hip hop. Look, basic drum beat. Let's just load it into Logic. Me, I'm too high. Put the channel on. Fuck no, I'm just asking nice quickly. I don't know. Who knows? Something fast, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but that's how you make a beat. Simple, bang, and that's without no samples. One knows, man. A quick one. Yeah, man.
There's a couple of jokes, visuals I've seen on your Insta with you with like Trump and you with what's that woman prime minister?
Theresa May.
Theresa May.
I had a good meeting with them, like,
Yeah,
they were bringing in that money, son.
bro, but that was one of the first things that really caught my eye in it and got me thinking, rah, this geezer's got a bit more to him than just the music in it.
Stop that, you don't trap, you don't shop packs. I'm vibe smack, you don't bang, you ain't got straps. I said stop that, the shit you spitting is not facts. You just watch Top Boy got gas. I'm not mad, stay in the trap, I like that. Never move slow, move a back fast. Head in the trap, yeah, I got cats. I'm a line, I'm a grain. In and out of them hot flats. Touch my line, I got that. Touch my line, I got that. My G, stop that. You don't trap, you don't shop packs. My G, stop that. You don't bang, you ain't got straps. My G, stop that. The shit you're spitting is not facts. Stop that. My G, stop that.
It was about money that I'm involved. Get half a brick and roll. Lost count of all that we grown. Lost count of all that we sold. Have you ever buried some money? Look it up and it's covered in gold. Yo, some stories shouldn't be told. I take trips, I ain't lick no toe. I'm in bricks and I just reload. I'm out there, gotta do 10 toes. Take time and the risky blows. If you want work, touch my phone.
Hold me in my ass. Yeah, who's your heart? Oh, me. You must have took care from my pillow to make me fall this deep. You must have slipped out the sorcery. The way you got a hold on me. Set me free, set me free, set me free.
You can tell that he means what he's talking about.
Sort of label me a drug pusher, caught with a few from young. I couldn't get the picture, following my oldest footsteps, led me in a slammer. Soaking on the game from young, we was little nippers, out with the older kittens. The shoulders love, plus the shoulders had to get figures. Turn the trap hot, no scene, wait niggas. Be careful who you creep with, because most niggas, they be hating niggas. And it's a shame, I'm 30 and I'm still pushing grams. On the phone to the pro, send a text when it lands. These rappers talking like me, boy, I'm really at the pan. Sending birds overseas, I'm just trying to feed the fam. You can't judge me for the actions I'm taking as a man. Had to get it out the dirt, yeah, the struggle made a man. And I'm still with my day one brothers, close from a land. Hopping out of spaceships, they're guessing who I am. Smelling like a farmer, turn my city into dam. TSC cowboys, feeling like hands. Love will get you killed if you're talking at the plans. Loose lips in ships, I'm only dealing with the fam. If I got it, then you got it. From a drillers out the can. Hey, hey, from a drillers out the can. If I got it, then you got it. From a drillers out the can.
Caught up in the mix of it, started with a little bit, now I'm moving bigger bits. Too white, too dark, little mix, man I gotta pick a mix, swear down we killing it. I build lines like I build spliffs, I done time and I took risk. I grew weed and I moved sniff, man I'm certified, I don't need a blue tick. But I'm taking off my tick list. God is my witness. Run it like a business.